All right, we are live here. It is Wednesday, 8 p.m. Adam with Hill Vending. Special YouTube live stream today. Tonight we have Tiago from a vending business in New Jersey. So I'm going to give it just a little bit here, let some people hop on, and then give a brief little background, and then we'll get into it. If you're watching this on the replay, please leave your comments below. Love to interact with you guys and let me know what you think of the interview. Let some people hop on here for a couple minutes, and then we'll get right in. Raymond, what's up? Back in the building from Canada, international. Appreciate that. Appreciate you hopping on here. And crazy times with COVID here in Florida, Tampa Bay. If you don't know me, my name is Adam, Hill Vending. Have about 100 vending machines here in Tampa Bay, and we got hit really hard with COVID mid-March. Went down 50% in revenue, and now we're starting to climb our way back. So we'll see. We'll see. We got health department to deal with. We've got a lot of different factors to contend with, but it is what it is. And you know, hopefully this isn't the new normal, and we're Let's see. We're back. We're back live. Sorry about that, guys. Using too much bandwidth. Joseph Vargas, HG Vending in the building. Love the emoji there. So let's see. Let's see if this overloads my bandwidth. All right. Let's see. Tiago, you there?
I'm here, Adam.
All right. Gotcha. Yeah. Looks like we blacked out a little bit.
How are you doing?
Awesome. Doing good. Thanks for coming on. Thank you
for having me. I feel honored.
Yeah. So if you want, just give a little background about who you are and how you got started in vending.
Yeah. So like you mentioned before, my name is Diego. I'm from New Jersey. I recently just started the vending machine business. Now we're going on month 5. So I did mention to you, it's kind of weird how the world works. A couple of months ago, I came into this doing research, and I was trying to look up the best of the best in the business to look up to. When falling into Hill Vending, I kind of made my decision that you guys, out of everybody, are the most well-structured company around. So I always looked up to you guys, and I commend you guys for that. I mean, 4 months ago, I literally bought your ebook, and I'm here now. Like I did mention to you in the past, I'm on going on month 5. I am happy to announce I am on my 6th machine and location. And it started a few months ago, literally, like, looking up to you guys, like looking at you guys as kind of like a mold for this. So I feel honored of being here for sure.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah.
And initially,
and I know that we had talked a little bit, but your initial reason with the COVID and everything going on, was that kind of pushed you into getting involved with vending?
Absolutely. I was in the food industry for a very long time, hospitality industry for 15 years plus. And obviously we all know what happened to the restaurant game during COVID. So it kind of like backfired, slowed everything down, threw a wrench in the rim, it kind of just screwed everything up. So during COVID, I did mention this earlier as well. I was doing some research I read this article. I need to find out exactly where I read this, but I read an article about 10 businesses to start under 10 grand. And a lot of it was basic IT tech and a lot of stuff that kind of bored me and I wasn't interested in. But one thing that I did read upon was the vending machine business. This was something that kind of, I looked at and I said, wow, this looks like a potential something that I can do, passive income or potential. I went into it thinking passive. now that I'm knee deep into it, I'm seeing the potential of, like I look up to you guys. You guys are 100 machines in. This is where my brain is thinking. I'm thinking scaling. This is the only way to stay afloat in this business. You know, getting into it now, I am learning a lot of things. Your ebook did help me a lot to get the foundation work on a lot of stuff that I would need, and then a lot of stuff I like. I'm a hands-on learner, so I can read all I want, but I need to put my hands on it. But I did get a lot of the basic structure on how this kind of goes, and then I just kind of winged it and jumped out the window with it, and I'm here now, And I initially came into it with a passive income mentality. Now I'm looking at it completely different. I'm looking at it like, hey, I think I think this is what I want to do. Well, I know now this is what I want to do, and kind of scale into a bigger market. And it's fun, Who doesn't want to work for themselves, and then be your own boss, which is great.
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah,
have such a hustle, and I have such a good work ethic. Why not start implementing that into something for my own?
And that's the thing. The thing that really that drew me to it too is you can work, as much or as little. You can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Sorry.
Hold on. Let me come back in here. See, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Nope. All right.
Let's do sign language. If you can hear me, let's do sign language.
Yeah, right. Let me audio. Here we go. Just we're just having a little bit of issues here. No. How about now? Can you hear me now? Cannot hear me now. Well, let me take these off here. How about now? Can you hear me?
Let me take it off.
No. Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Trying to. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. No. I'm gonna pop out and I'll be right back. How about now? How about now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
I think.
All right. Yeah, they may be messing up. Sorry about that, guys. We are live here. Nothing happens on a live.
We're live. Come on.
And just like the vending business, when you jump into it, like I don't know if you know, like 6 years ago when I started, I bought an existing route, and that was really overwhelming. And I'm curious to hear, because I started with a lot of different machines, a lot of different brands, and I'm curious to hear from you what you think's been like the hardest part to, not overwhelming part, but what's been the hardest part for you to kind of pick up? Has it been machines? Has it been the service? What has it been?
So, I mean, one of the hardest things for me has been machines, right? I do know from doing research that you should know how to work your machine so you don't have to pay for a mechanic or if something goes wrong. So that's been the hardest thing, is finding machines that is easier to learn on. When I first got into it, the first 3 machines I bought were actually really old school. I got a really good deal on coin operated machines. I know this sounds nuts, but I didn't want to invest a lot of money up front because I didn't know how serious I wanted to take this. And it was the week of COVID. I didn't want to invest a crazy amount of money. So I took the cheaper route, and I invested in coin operated machines. Now being into it, and now I finally just purchased a Dixie Narco. I just purchased a crane as well, and I'm a little upset that I invested money on the coin operated ones, only because they're old school. And now with COVID and the whole touch, people are really iffy about money. Then they have to take change. But what did work out for me was this. Before buying any machine, I went and found a location first. And I think that's what kind of helped me a lot, was finding 3 locations originally before even owning one. I kind of just threw the sales pitch like I did own them already, just to kind of see. And then I ended up getting 3 locations in the same week that okayed it. So then I went and I purchased my machines, which kind of helped me out a lot. And then now, you know, it kind of built me a structure of like how to pitch the idea, how to, you know, and what I'm learning now is what I'm having a little bit of a hard time with is the commission. Everybody wants to make money, and everybody thinks that one machine you can retire off of, and oh my God, you're making all this money here. And you know, like I know, in this game, 1, 2, if you're under 10, you're still not in the big dogs league. And you know, and what happens is it's a lot of, like, I have a few spots that they want more of a commission percentage, and I'm like, there's absolutely no way that I can do this, you know. So that's what I'm kind of having issues with now. And you know, just kind of figuring out how this business actually works. And you know, you've been in the game for a long time, so you know the things to deal with and the things that you're going to look into. I'm kind of like learning as I go, but yeah, it's been fun nonetheless.
Yeah, like I always like to say and repeat, because you know there's always new people jumping on and stuff. But the 3 keys of vending are location, like you said, location, the machines, and the service. And if you don't have all 3 of those in place, if you got great machines, you know, great service, great machines, but the location's terrible, you're not going to make any money. Or if you have a great location, you know, you have great service, but your machines are bad, you're not going to make any money. So those are the main 3 that vending that I think a lot of people, you know, the reason why I think vending is kind of a turnstile where people get in and they get out and they don't really make money is they don't focus on the strategy behind it. They kind of just you know, jump out there, which that's fine too. Like that's a nice way to do it. Like you did it where you start small to see if you even like it. Now, if it is something you like, then you can kind of grow into it. Whereas, you know, some people buy, I was talking to a gentleman who bought $4,000 machines, and they were in his garage and he had no location. And then he got discouraged, and now he had to sell those machines, you know, because he didn't understand the full process behind it. So absolutely. Now, what kind of so these machines that you have now, you have the 6 different locations, is it?
Yeah. So what ended up happening was I recently, about 2 weeks ago, I met a guy online that was selling 3 machines en route due to COVID. The 3 locations were shut down due to COVID. He kind of pitched it to me that, hey, you can buy the machines, leave it here, and whenever everything opens up, it's yours. I don't want to deal with it. It was 3 hours away from me in Pennsylvania. I live in New Jersey. I didn't want the route at all. And especially knowing the COVID, nobody knows what's going to happen. We live in day by day. I just didn't want to take the route at all. So I ended up buying the machines off of him. And yeah, I mean, it's been great. 2 of those machines I just purchased last week are in location already. I have 1 in storage that I'm trying to, you know, now I'm trying to figure it out. But I took the same structure, and I went to go see 2 locations beforehand, locked them in, then I went and bought the machines. But it was a 3-for-1 deal. I had to buy all 3, which was fine. I grabbed the other one, I put in storage, I left 2, and I'm just now playing the waiting game, you know, which is fine. You know, when you come across a great deal, you grab it.
And you were, and you were saying too, well, yeah, I know last, I was going to, but I didn't have time, but I made a gentleman was around here, the same thing. It was different. He had to have shoulder surgery. He was older. He wanted to get out of the business, and he sold, I bought a 4-wide USI Ivan, the older model. I think it was a 35, or I don't remember the model on it, and a Vendo 721 for $1,250. For $1,250. So yeah. So I don't have a location for that yet, obviously, but I have now 2 great machines in the warehouse to where
whenever it opens up, you have one already. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't have to go in and buy them. Exactly.
So yeah, I felt like that was a good strategic move of like, okay, you have 2 locations, you might have one just hanging out in a storage, but you know that if something falls into your lap, you can easily just go to storage and grab it, and you're ready to go. You don't have to go and shop around. And, you know, now I feel more comfortable about spending a little extra money, leave it in storage for a little while, and then going to hunt. And then, you know, it's easier that way.
Right. Now, the only piece of advice I would offer is that there's great deals on machines, but you also want to try and keep consistency in the brands too, because if you get, it's like having Ford, Chevy, Toyota. If you start getting too spread out, parts, pieces, programming, everything's going to become more confusing. So,
Absolutely.
you know, it might be a deal on the machine, but it's going to be more of a headache on the back end.
Yeah.
And you have to get gems for it. If you guys are just joining, I actually have a tag here. Go follow after this on Instagram and YouTube. I think that's the
that is
the
it.
name.
That's the
That's the name of
Instagram,
it.
Lola and Lulu.
And who's that named after?
Those are my two daughters.
There you go.
Lola and Lulu. Yeah, this
Nice.
is theirs.
So go follow on the social medias and support. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments here, and we'll get to them.
You do. Absolutely.
Let's see if we have any here. I'm still, you know, we had a little glitch there at the beginning, but we're rocking and rolling now. Raymond asks, are these all soft drink machines or a mix of drink and snacks?
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, if you want to say what.
I mean, you have.
So what I have is my basic. I have all drink machines, snack machines, and then I have cold food like AMS combo machines. But I have no coffee. It's all. It's a good split. You know, half drink, half snack with probably 10 to 15 cold food combo machines.
Yeah. I have. So my first three that I bought were combos, snack and soda, and then the next three that I purchased were all snacks. But I am looking at a Coca-Cola machine right now as we speak. I should be buying it this week, just to have the drink as well. I did purchase these snacks only because the one location that I did lock in, they do have somebody on contract for drinks. So when I went in, that was my pitch. I see that you have a drink machine here. Would you like a snack as well? You know, so that was the pitch that I threw in there, which they agreed. They're like, yes, absolutely. Boom. And I brought in my snack machine, which kind of helped out. But I do want to get into, I do want to get into something. Combo machines for me, I feel like I don't really want to do those anymore, only because they only can store a certain amount of things. And I'm seeing that I'm going way too often to refill the same little snack combo machine, snack and soda. And it's just more, you compensate more on gas and time than actually making, it's supposed to be passive, right? So I feel like I'm spending way too much time, gas and energy refilling these machines every 2 weeks. Sounds great, right? It sounds like, oh my God, this spot is awesome. It's selling out every week. But when you really do the math, you're like, okay, it doesn't hold a lot. So you can only make certain amount. So this is why I want to go with having the option of both. Bringing in a soda and a snack machine so that I don't have to go see it as often as I do.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's my big deal with combo machines. Like I've said in some other videos, is they just hold the capacities too low that if it's a good account, it doesn't make sense to keep going. Let's see.
Like one of my busiest locations is a music studio, and that's where I have a combo machine, and I'm super thankful. But every 3 to 4 days, I have to go service the machine to fill it up, which sounds amazing, but it's only a little bit out of the time, and I'm spending way too much time, energy, and gas going once or twice a week to the same location. Now, if I had a snack and soda machine there, I wouldn't have to go every week. I would go every 2 to 3 weeks, which compensates.
And how far is your farthest drive now? Like your farthest account? How far do you drive?
So I live in Jersey City, New Jersey. I set up a route literally 2 blocks away from my house. I have 3 machines in the same vicinity. And then I have one that's a little bit further away, which is only 15 to 20 minutes. I did right now what's going on is another thing that I'm learning is building a route. So I kind of have them scattered a bit. where I kind of want to be able to attack a region and just kind of control that market in these vicinity, right? This radius, 3, 4, or 5 mile radius. Just so when I go there, I'm going to service 3 machines and I don't have to bounce around from one side of town to the other side just to service all the machines. So that's something I'm working on as we speak as well. Right now it's kind of scattered, but the furthest one away from where I am and the storage is at as well, it's about 25 minutes away.
And are you
horrible?
Are you getting your product from Sam's Club?
I am. I'm getting it from Sam's Club now because I'm still on a small level. Eventually, when scaling, I do want to move this into a nice distributors and start buying directly from source. And like you guys do, buy pallets because it comes out cheaper. And, you know, you obviously have to service a lot more machines. I feel like the volume that I have right now, I'm okay with Sam's Club. The only issue with Sam's Clubs, BJ's, all these guys is they're not consistent. I might carry a product and it might do amazing, but I'm never going to see it again for another month or two. Or, you know, you have your standard Coke, Sprite, this, that, Pepsi. But as far as like, I bought Bumblebee tuna fish cans with the crackers. I did extremely well with those. They had them in BJ's. I bought as many as I could, but then now they're gone. Now I can't find them anywhere. And now the location's asking me for it. Like, hey, man, bring those tuna cans back in. I wish. I can't find them. They were on sale. I grabbed as many as I could. And, you know, that's the inconsistency is what I don't like. It's the, you know, as much as I want to keep switching products around because people do get bored, I don't want to have to do it so often, you know. I want to be able to carry things seasonally, you know, and then just kind of switch around. But yeah, anything you recommend?
Yeah, I would say, well, we get 90% of our stuff we get from Sam's Club because they're the cheapest. Once you start going to V-Star and these other places, I mean, they still mark it up. And, you know, depending on your area, what I've noticed too, even with Sam's Club down here, I think it might be related to COVID that, you know, there's some things that you can't get in. So yeah. I've noticed that is happening with us too, down here where it never happened before COVID. So that may be, you know, be the situation there. But we have here Mr. HD Vending. Watch out for those Coca-Cola machines. I'm interested if you're talking about the mechanics of them, Mr. Vargas, or if you're talking about the just buying them, or what you're talking about on those machines there. Yeah, and Raymond's coming in here. So let's see what else we have here. Most drink machines have 6 to 10 selections. Snacks, you have 35 with a 5 wide. Yep. So yeah, what I would say is again, if you're just joining, if you're watching this, just starting out vending, in 5 months you've got 6 machines now. And you were saying
6 machines, 5 locations. Yep.
And you were saying that this now, I mean, the income from this can help make a car payment, help make you know, certain payments.
No, yeah. I mean, initially when I got into it thinking, okay, if I can help pay my car note or I can pay my cell phone, this is awesome, cool. But now I'm realizing that, wait a minute, if I take this and scale, I can actually pay a mortgage. I can actually, you know, scale and I can make this a living. I think that when I did start this, I did have a lot of people reach out to me and like, hey, I want to get into business, yada, yada. And I think the biggest recommendation I could give to anybody that's coming into this is really knowing how deep you want to get into it. Because you can make a living off of this. I haven't made it yet, but I can definitely see it. Or B, if you want it just to make extra cash a month, you definitely can. And I think that's the beauty and flexibility of the vending machine business. But I'm all the way in. I'm all the way in. I wanna play it for the long run. I definitely want to take this further than what it is.
Well, that's great. Yeah, and you know, step by step, like I got to 100 machines, but it wasn't overnight. It was, you know, 6 years learning and you know, there's people bigger than me. I'm still a small fish, so they're But the whole goal with this YouTube and the Instagram is to come out and like just show, what's possible and not just flash the money around and actually give people some, show people what's going on. So, and it's fine if people want to show the money. That's cool. Like it gives motivation, but you kind of need some strategy behind the motivation, like you're saying. So that's definitely cool that with this COVID stuff that happened, you actually found something that, that you can see yourself doing. So who knows, this COVID, this shutdown, 2 years from now, you may look back and say, I was in the food service side of things, and I was able to get out of that. Still related, related, vending and drinks and stuff. And I was able to follow and build something.
Absolutely.
So,
it was.
I think there's going to be a lot of people.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, I'm just.
No, I was just going to say. You're good. You're good.
We have a lag going. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of helped me realize that, like, hey man, if something like COVID ever happens again, what are you gonna do? You need something to fall back on, I initially came into it thinking like, okay, let me just start this and then focus on my job and then here and there, and then I started realizing like, hey, maybe when this is all done, if I structure this correctly, I don't even have to go back to a job. Maybe I can just structure it where I'm only paying my bills off of this and I'm barely making it. But if I can get it up to that, that means that there's growth. If I can afford to pay my bills during COVID at a small scale, now can we imagine a larger scale? This is something that really opened my eyes, and I really realized that this can be something really big, which kind of really opened my eyes on it for sure.
That's awesome. We have here another comment. Well, Joseph said, no, he said he was going to purchase a Coca-Cola machine. I think he maybe is talking about because Coke and Pepsi own the machine, so you got to be careful that it's not a Coke or Pepsi owned machine. Okay. Not just the front, which a way to tell too is they should have a little, they can take it off, but there should be an asset number on the Coke or Pepsi. But I think he's saying just watch out for that they aren't trying to sell you a machine that, belongs to them.
No. So what I did want to do to kind of stay away from that stuff is I want to kind of just start wrapping my machines with my logo, just so that I'm not over there like Coca-Cola needs to send me a check if you want me to, carry if I'm basically doing promotion for you, right? I'm going to sell your product, but if I have Coca-Cola on the machine and I'm the carrier, I'm promoting for you. I'd rather wrap it in my logo and sell your product, but that it's mine. It's my business. So that's my plan, my future plan for all my machines. I want to wrap them under my logo so that, when you see it, it's something that kind of, sticks to you.
Oh, there you go. Now I'm back. I like to mute mine so it doesn't have the reverb since I don't have my headphones in. Let's see. Coca-Cola machines are great. There's ups and downs. Currently, Coke is placing BevMax 4 top-of-the-line glass fronts that are hard to compete with. Okay. Let's see where he is there. I just purchased 3 old machines from Sam's Club and updated them to BevMax 4. So I think he's talking about the glass fronts that Sam's Club has for water and different stuff, and they That's interesting.
I remember you did something on your Instagram where one of your glass fronts broke. That's the only thing that scares me about glass front machines. Is the potential breaking of these machines. They're very fragile. I really love the way they look. I love the appearance. I love the way they work. It's just the glass front really scares me. And I wouldn't even know what I would do if I have a glass front and the glass shatters. Like I wouldn't even know what would be the first place to reach out to.
Right. The thing with glass fronts is there's a lot of moving parts, and no matter the brand of glass front, there's when you have that many moving parts and arms and X, Y axis and everything going on, they're definitely more prone to issues. Let's see. We have Stephen Flanagan here. Are you looking to do route purchase, or are you trying to build by finding locations in need of vending machines? I think that's. What do you think in there?
So when it comes to route purchasing, I need to see numbers. I want to play the number game. I don't want to just buy a route because it's on sale. I need to see numbers. I need to see exactly, and if it's worth it, then yeah, I will buy a route. I'm doing guerrilla marketing right now. I'm knocking on doors, old school style. I'm shaking hands. I'm not, I'm doing old school style as of right now. But I'm not opposed to not to buying a route. It just needs to make sense. I did have somebody selling me a gumball machine route. I'm not in that business. I'm not saying it's probably is money in there. I'm just saying that I don't want to find out. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah, I
want.
would say, yeah, exactly. That's another thing that I like to hit on too, is I would say to people is to focus, especially when you're just starting, is not to get too spread out into gumball and
Yeah.
coffee and pool tables and everything else. Kind of focus on, one and get that down. Then you can expand for sure. But
Yeah.
that's definitely a good, good idea there.
Yeah. I
Let's
just
see.
mhm.
Oh, we just had another comment here. 721 over a glass front. Just saying. That is a, 721, Windows 721 is the Cadillac of the industry. That's my favorite machine.
It's nice.
That's what the
Nice.
that's the only ones
It's
we
the
are
Rolls
getting
Royce.
now. Now the only good part about a glass front, obviously, is you can have 10 selections on a window, but you can have a ton more in a in a glass front. So some accounts you might have to do that.
Okay.
But awesome. Really appreciate everybody hopping on here in the engagement. If you guys have any more questions for us, please let us know. Again, follow
Lulu
the
Vending.
social medias there. I'm trying to pull it back up and pull it back up on YouTube and an Instagram. Check him out. Check out his journey. If you're interested, you want to hop on and tell your vending journey, your vending story. Love to have you Wednesday, 8 p.m. so that we can, that we can share and we can all, in this time of COVID and uncertainty, that we can really rally together and try and learn the best practices, because I think it's going to be a big opportunity coming up here, where a lot of vendors are looking to get out of the business. Older vendors that don't want to deal with restarting their business. There's going to be opportunity on machines. There's going to be opportunity on routes, and you have to have tight service, tight, know your machines and know your service, and you can really make money, going forward. So I think that, I think that if you keep learning, like you said, he grabbed the ebook. If you want to check out the ebook, hillvending.com ebook, it's $10, but it'll set that foundation, you were saying, in the right direction.
Absolutely. I mean, who's ever watching this and is not in the business and is thinking about it, I don't know Adam from the Can of Paint. I just met him today, and I feel honored to be here. First and foremost, I've learned all the foundation work off of that ebook, and I think it's really essential, and I think it's really important part of the business is at least investing a little bit of knowledge, money into knowledge, and kind of learning the groundwork on what you're about to handle. I do know that this is something that if you're trying to get into it, just know that have your mindset set up for, knowing that if this is just extra money, you're going to stay on a small scale. And if this is something you really want to do for the rest of your career, you can, but scaling is the only way to go. So yeah, I do recommend that.
That's awesome. See if we have one last comment here, and then we'll let you go. I know we just do a little half hour here. 721 are the best, but how do you compete with a glass front in a showroom or a car dealership or a 300-person employee count? Got to upgrade to make this money. Appearance is key to these huge counts. The thing about it is, a little secret on the glass fronts is, if you're at one of those high volume accounts, you still have to put in your Coke, Mountain Dew, your water, your Gatorade. So while you have some different selections in there, there's a lot that are similar, and you could almost put in two 721s for one glass front, or you could put an AMF bottle machine with the coils and the trays too. That's another option. There's no moving parts on the bottle AMS machine that has the little spiral coils. So that's a glass front option that doesn't have the moving parts, and it's very reliable. So But yeah, no, definitely glass fronts are the best looking machines out there.
without
If
a
they
doubt.
were more reliable, that would be,
Yeah,
that would be great.
yeah.
If they
You can't
worked
win them all, right?
if they worked
Um,
as good as they looked.
so Adam, I have a question for you. With the COVID-19 being as drastic as it is, did you end up putting any hand sanitizers or masks or anything like that in any of your machines?
So no, we looked into it, but we at almost every account they give them out for free. They were giving
Okay.
them out for free, so we weren't really at a lot of transient places. We're more, businesses that are established and they would give their employees. So it wasn't something that the employees needed to even pay for.
Okay.
They were
Gotcha.
they were having them. So I never really went that route. Now the PPE machines, I think that's kind of, I may be wrong, but I think that may be just a kind of a one-hit deal where I don't know if it's going to be around. Could be. I could be
Gotcha.
wrong,
No,
but I don't know if that's going to be something that's going to
Yeah.
be sustainable.
I mean,
you know.
I caught a steal on some KN95 mask, and I put them in all of my machines. I don't know, like you said, I don't know if it's going to be something forever. I just know that as of right now, they're doing okay. It's not nothing crazy,
Gotcha.
but they're doing it right.
Yeah. And Raymond says, I watched your 1 month collection and would love to see more. So there you go. You got some support there on YouTube.
Yeah,
So
Raymond, I thank you so much. So Raymond, real quick, this one right here, come here. This is Lola. So
there you
Lola
go.
is my eldest daughter. She is the one who helps me out with everything. She's the creative director in this project. She helps me out with all my YouTube videos. I am like, I don't know. I'm a grandpa when it comes to it. She's the one who helps me out and doing all that. We have a lot of material. We just haven't edited anything. I don't have the time for it, but I am going to make sure I'm going to spend a lot more time into the YouTube and start editing. We have a lot of videos of collections. I know that's a big thing on YouTube. People love to see how much, and all that good stuff, which we're going to start doing more of. Right, Lola? So yeah, she
There
loves
you go.
it. She's always like, can we do a YouTube, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the new thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, sometimes I like wanna. My dad's like, well, because of COVID, you can't really go in these places a lot.
Yeah.
But like I'm like so excited because we like not just started, but like we like kind of just started, but I really want to go because it's like fun and stuff. So like
it's
I
tough.
like collecting and stuff, and
it's tough. Yeah, especially some locations won't even allow me in there for too long. It's like, okay, hurry up, go clean it, and then especially nowadays, it's like you got to keep it as clean as possible. So I always like to generally go and just give it a nice wipe down, just check out things. So that's that.
Well, awesome.
Right.
Well, appreciate you guys hopping on. You keep making them YouTube videos for your dad, and you run that business. We know who the brains of the operation is.
That's
for sure.
all the way.
Yep.
All the way.
So awesome. Appreciate you coming on. And
thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And again, follow on, because you got people saying they're watching your videos. So cute. Look at that. You got comments on YouTube. So
hey, look at that. Kelsey, you want to say hi?
You gotta, you gotta get on the YouTube and get them more videos coming out.
That's it. We're coming.
Yep.
It's coming.
Remember, you guys, check out our YouTube videos.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Know.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Adam, thank you so much.
Yep. We'll see you. Bye.
All right.
All right. That was awesome. That was awesome. Thanks again. We went a little long tonight, but we had a little family. We had a little family time there. So there you go. Started with the ebook. Made it happen. He's out there learning as he's going. Starting small. He's starting small. He's piecing together. He realized the coin operation wasn't, and now he's learning as he's going. So, that's all you can do. All you can do is start your business and see where it goes. So hopefully with the COVID and with everything that's going on, it's going to settle down here and we can get back to work. Thanks again for watching, guys. Again, if you need more help, if you want to check out the ebook, that's the link to the ebook. You can check it out there. If you want to know about our full courses and stuff, hillvending.teachable.com. youtube.com, 80 plus videos of tutorials and stuff there. And if you want to be on, if you want to come on and share your story, would love to have you on. Just send me a message on Instagram or here on YouTube, and we can hear your vending journey, the things that are going well right now with this COVID and the struggles that you're having. So again, thank you guys for hopping on. And until next time, keep your drinks cold and your snacks fresh.